So here's to the reunion of our colleagues from Lovekoi Technology. Cheers! My name is Yugo Takehara. I used to work at a corporate software company called Lovekoi Technology. I was a sales rep, 28 years old. Now, I've quit and started working as a freelancer. It's been a year since you left, huh? How's it going since you went freelance? How's the income? He's Tomohito Oba, my colleague from Lovekoi Technology and an engineer. He's also today's organizer. I'm managing somehow. My income's about the same as when I was a company employee. At first, it was really tough, but lately, things have been going well. As I said that, another voice cut in from the side.
Seriously? That's lame. Why even go freelance then?
Her name is Misato Kishine, a colleague of mine, also in sales.
Freelancing has no stability, no social security, and no company brand backing you up, right? So the only advantage you have is income. But if it's the same as before, aren't you just worse off now?
Hey Kishine, that's a bit harsh.
What? It's just the truth, isn't it? You left because of the SO Arc incident, but I actually boosted my reputation with it. So now it's clear which choice was the right one, isn't it?
Just as Kishine Misato said, she was one of the few in the sales department who managed to meet their targets during the SO Arc ordeal, skyrocketing her evaluation. I didn't leave because of income issues. I just wanted to prioritize what I really wanted to do. Kishine Misato, perhaps interpreting my words as an excuse, smirked triumphantly and moved to another table. The SO Arc incident that Kishine Misato mentioned, that was the major event that led to my decision to quit. The SO Arc software was a project that was flawed right from the planning stage. In this industry, there are projects that, in hindsight, make you wonder how no one stopped them. Yet, they somehow make it through all the checkpoints and get released. The initial concept was faulty, leading to repeated spec changes, each time making the deadlines tighter. And to meet the deadlines, more spec changes were made, creating a hellish schedule. As a result, the SO Arc was released full of bugs, and naturally, it was met with a storm of complaints from customers.
Takehara-san, what's going on? I trusted you because you said it was fine.
I sincerely apologize! I knew SO Arc was a subpar product, but still, I sold it for the sake of meeting my quotas. But every time I sold it, I was met with customer outrage. The company's reputation plummeted, and everyone became miserable. What am I even selling this product for? People, the company, the clients. Every time I sell this, everyone ends up worse off. Does this job even have any meaning? Unable to take pride in my work anymore, I soon decided to quit. That really was a hellish project for everyone involved. As we recalled those times, we talked it over, feeling a bit nostalgic. Since then, that producer was transferred to a rural area. The company, honestly, we've lost some clients, but we are gradually bouncing back. Hearing that puts my mind at ease. Honestly, I was worried about you guys. We are worried when we heard you were going freelance too. But it's good to know you're doing well. Earning the same as you did as a company employee is impressive. Certainly, it's not easy to earn as much as a freelancer as you did as a full-time employee. I wasn't making much at first, and it really made me appreciate the stability of a regular paycheck. Thank you, Tomohito. I've had my share of struggles, so it means a lot to hear that. Everyone was hurt by that incident, but I'm glad we could check in on each other today and see that we're all okay. The next day, while working in my room, I received a message on my phone.
It's been a while. I actually have something I'd like to discuss. Can we meet up sometime?
Huh? Shirai-san? The sender was Konoka Shirai, a former engineer at Lovekoi Technology and one of her colleagues. She also chose to leave because of the SO Arc incident. I heard she's now working as a freelance engineer. By the way, I heard before that she and Tomohito have known each other for a long time and are pretty close.
Yesterday, Tomohito-kun told me about you, Takehara-kun. You're freelancing now, right?
Yeah? And you too, right, Shirai-san?
Well, things haven't been going too well. Takehara-kun, Could you give me some advice, if you're free?
Of course, we both went through the same struggles with SO Arc. And so, we arranged to meet up in a few days. A few days later, we met up at a cafe and spent some time reminiscing about the SO Arc incident. I see. That incident left you traumatized, making it hard to assert yourself with clients.
Exactly. I'm scared they'll yell at me again, just like that producer did back then. And I underestimated freelancing. I thought as long as I could code, I'd be fine.
I get that. With so many people going freelance now, there's more demand, which makes it even tougher. Shirai-san was originally a very capable engineer. She was beautiful, had a great personality, was meticulous in her work, and was well liked by everyone. But her seemingly smooth-sailing career as an engineer took a sharp turn during the SO Arc incident. Shirai-san would have quickly realized that it was an unreasonable project. As the release date approached, she knew the quality was terrible.
Producer, we can't release it at this stage. We need to delay it.
Shut up! If we delay it, my promotion will be at risk. We'll fix the bugs later with support. Just sell it already. Budget constraints, new product launches by competitors. There were reasons, but the person in charge at the time refused to delay, fearing the blame would fall on them. They pushed for release, insisting there were no issues with the quality.
The ones who bore the brunt of that were you guys in sales, right? You had to sell that product.
It wasn't just us who had it tough. After that, the trust the company had built crumbled, and many people ended up leaving, mentally drained. Shirai-san was one of them. Since she was involved in the development, she felt even more responsible.
Takehara-kun, were you okay? You quit because of SO Arc, right?
To be honest, it did get to me, but going freelance wasn't just because of that. I wanted more freedom. I wanted to only sell projects and products that I truly believed in.
That's amazing. I couldn't think like that. I just wanted to escape. But even the freelancing I ran too isn't going well. Still, I want to make it as a freelancer. If I could just make about 200,000 yen a month, I'd be satisfied. I just want to create something I'm proud of and make my clients happy.
The seriousness in Shirai-san's gaze as she said that hit me, and I straightened up.
Please. You're doing well as a freelancer, Takehara-kun. Could you teach me how to do the same? My savings are almost gone and I have no other options. I'll make sure to pay you, so please, help me.
As she bowed her head, I stood up and gently urged her to lift her head. Consulting isn't my main job, and I'm not an engineer, so I can't guarantee success. Is that still okay?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you. I'm counting on you.
And so, I began consulting for Shirai-san. After that, I took on the role of consulting Shirai-san once or twice a week. I told her it was fine without payment, but Shirai-san insisted, so we agreed on a performance-based payment model. Relying solely on crowdsourcing sites for projects isn't very practical in the long run. Like many beginners, Shirai-san had a portfolio, but she was only registered on crowdsourcing sites. It's good for building a portfolio, but for someone like Shirai-san, who already has experience from her previous job, it's not the best fit. Using connections from your previous job is one option. Also, you should register on this site with higher rates and open a social media account. Also, you should develop your sales skills, which includes negotiation skills. If you combine those with your current abilities, in this age of labor shortages, you should be in high demand. To start, you should study some psychology. I'll lend you a recommended book, so you can start by learning the basics.
Takehara-kun, this is amazing! Thanks to you, I'm getting flooded with project requests. My schedule is booked solid for the next 2 months, and the rates are so high.
My prediction was spot on. Within 3 months, Shirai-san was overwhelmed with job offers. Considering Shirai-san's track record and potential, this was only natural.
You're incredible, Takehara-kun. As expected of a top-notch sales rep who was awarded many times, you're also a first-rate consultant.
No, it's all thanks to your abilities, Shirai-san. It's amazing that you improved your sales skills in just 3 months. But those awards, that takes me back. Back then, I was only focused on numbers, selling whatever product came my way. Another month with Takehara at the top of the sales ranking.
No one can beat him.
Takehara-kun, we're counting on you in the future too. The expectations and praise from those around me gave me a sense of fulfillment, knowing my efforts were contributing to many people's happiness. I believed without a doubt that this was my calling, what I truly wanted to do. But after the SO Arc incident, I lost pride in my work and quit. And now, seeing Shirai-san spread her wings on her own, I felt like I was learning something about myself. I think what I really wanted was not just to sell things, but to help people through selling. The numbers are just a result of that. Kishino-san pointed out my income the other day, but just chasing numbers isn't the point. Through consulting Shirai-san, I've come to understand myself better too. Thank you.
Hey, Takehara-kun.
After a brief pause, a small gentle voice called my name.
I feel like I've regained my pride in my work thanks to you, Takehara-kun. If it wasn't for you, I'd probably still be stuck, unable to move forward. So thank you again. Talking like this on the phone is nice, isn't it? I'd like to do this more, even when it's not about work.
I was glad we were on the phone because her words made my face heat up. One day, Shirai-san was in contact with Tomohito, updating him on a recent situation. I see. It's good to hear that things are going well.
It's all thanks to you for introducing me to Takehara-kun, Tomohito-kun. Thank you so much.
Oh, don't mention it. You helped me out a lot when we were working together too. But more importantly...
What?
Just between you and me, Shirai-san, haven't you fallen for Yugo? He's the kind of guy who grows on you the more you get to know him.
What do you mean by that? Did I say something out loud?
No, but you pretty much confessed just now.
You tricked me!
Hey, don't pin that on me! Meanwhile, I was sneezing mysteriously around that same time. Apparently, they were to blame. So, how's your income been lately? Has it stabilized?
It's more than stabilized. I'm now making as much as Takehara-kun.
As much as Yugo? That's incredible! Looks like I've got to step up my game too. For Tomohito, this was probably just a casual conversation. A few days later, Kishine Misato wasn't pleased when she heard about this from Tomohito.
What? Konoka Shirai's doing well lately?
Yeah, Yugo's been consulting her one-on-one, and it seems to be working wonders. Well, she was already capable, so I guess she's finally hitting her stride with a good partner. Now, she's apparently making as much as Yugo.
Konoka Shirai. She's always been a thorn in my side. Just because she's a little pretty, everyone fawns over her. I thought she'd fallen off after going freelance. And now this guy's gone and ruined everything. Ugh. But if she's making the same as Takehara-kun, doesn't that mean she's just on par with us? So it's not that big of a deal.
No, earning as much as a full-time employee while freelancing is quite a feat. The level of trust isn't the same to begin with. And Yugo was the ace of sales, so he must have been earning at least twice as much as we did. You would know that better than anyone, being in sales yourself.
What?
As Tomohito said, at Lovekoi Technology, sales reps received commissions in addition to their base salary. This didn't apply to Kishine Misato, whose sales performance was always poor due to her laziness, except during the SO Arc incident. But at that time, I was making significantly more than my colleagues.
So that means Konoka Shirai is...
It seems so. That's why they're both considering incorporating. What's wrong with you? You seem off.
She's making twice as much as me? I can't stand that. In that case, sorry, I just remembered something I need to take care of.
Huh? Hey, Kishine-san?
If I remember correctly, our subcontractors started outsourcing work to Konoka Shirai recently. I haven't done business with them before, haven't I? Here it is. Hello? This is Kashini from Love Koi Technology. Long time no talk. I have a matter I'd like to discuss regarding staffing for that project. Could we arrange a time to meet soon? Next Friday, 7 p.m.? Yes, that works. Let's meet near your company's nearest station.
Tomohito secretly observed Kishine Misato's suspicious behavior from the shadows. Kishine-san was acting weird, so I followed her. Staffing issues? Why would she? What's going on? A few days later, Kishine Misato met with a producer from the subcontractor in a private room at a restaurant.
So, Kashini-san, what is it you wanted to discuss? Well, it's about that freelance engineer, Konoka Shirai, whom your company is outsourcing work to? Yes, that's correct. Is there a problem? I'd like you to stop outsourcing to her. Can you do that? May I ask why? Well, I can't go into details, but we've discovered that she's a problematic individual. We currently have a 1-year contract with her. Perhaps after that. No! I want you to stop immediately! But shouldn't your company issue a formal directive regarding staffing changes? No, I can't do that. I'd like you to make the decision yourself without involving the company.
Kishine Misato's incoherent request made the producer suspicious.
I'm afraid that's impossible without a valid reason. It could damage our reputation. And besides, Shirai-san is a competent engineer with excellent communication skills. If we were to remove her, we'd need to find a replacement. And with the current schedule... Everyone's always going on about Shirai this and Shirai that. It's so irritating. Of course I wouldn't ask for this without offering something in return.
With that, Kishine Misato took a brown envelope out of her bag and handed it to the woman.
This is information about a new product that our company will be announcing soon. If you use this information wisely, it could bring you considerable benefits. Kishine-san, are you sure this is okay? As long as no one finds out, it's fine. We both win, don't we? Are you worried about the risks? Don't be. I'm very discreet. I've never been caught before. I see.
The woman let out a deep sigh at that moment. Sorry to interrupt your conversation.
What are you two doing here?
Tomohito and I appeared at the door, catching Kishine Misato off guard. Yes, after growing suspicious of her, Tomohito started investigating Kishine Misato. That's when he caught her secretly printing confidential company documents. What should we do? We don't have solid proof, but this seems... She's making a move next Friday, right? Yeah, that's what she said. Then we've only got one shot to catch her in the act. I'll go with you, and we'll stake it out. The company she's meeting with is...
It's been a while, Takehara-san. Thank you for your help back then.
The producer smiled at me and bowed politely. I nodded back. That's right. The company she was meeting with was one I had brought on as a client. I knew the producer personally. That's why Tomohito consulted me, even though I'm no longer with the company, and why I came along today. We grew suspicious of Kishine's actions and took the liberty of listening to your conversation. We apologize on behalf of our company for the actions of our employee. We'll be reporting all of this to our supervisors.
I see. I was planning to report this to your company and cancel our contract. But I'll leave it to you. Let's continue our partnership for now. I can't refuse when Takehara-san asks.
Oh, thank you very much! Tomohito and I expressed our gratitude. Everything was falling into place, and when we finally looked up, what we saw next was, of course... Well, Kishine-san, it's settled then. We'll be reporting this to the higher-ups. We recorded the entire conversation. will also be taking those documents. Kishine Misato trembling as she imagines the consequences.
Oh, what? You've got to be kidding me. You're the one who's kidding, Kishine-san. What you've done is insider trading. It's a serious crime.
I've suspected something was off with you for a while. You've always had poor sales performance, but you somehow managed to close big deals when it counted. You were acting weird the other day too, and now I knew it. Is this how you met your targets during the SO Arc incident too? If that's the case, it explains how someone who was always struggling suddenly managed to meet their targets then.
Shut up! You wouldn't understand being a top performer. That Konaka Shirai, just because she's capable and a bit pretty, everyone fawns over her. So I just did what I could to take credit. What's wrong with that?
Everyone was thoroughly disgusted by Kishine Misato's self-centered reasoning. Of course it's wrong. It's a crime. My words left Kishine Misato powerless, her head hanging low. After that, her illegal activities were exposed, and Kishine Misato was arrested by the police. Naturally, she was fired with cause, and faced a hefty lawsuit from the company. Furthermore, the clients involved in the illegal deals were also uncovered, leading to a scandal that made it onto the news.
What? What am I supposed to do with my life now?
Even if she serves her sentence, it's uncertain whether she'll ever be able to return to society. Later, I reported the outcome of the situation to Shirai-san.
Thank you so much, Takehara-kun. I can't believe they were trying to get rid of me for such a reason.
Fortunately, it seems the company wasn't involved in any illegal dealings with Kishine-san, so they'll continue their contract with you.
Do you think Tomohito-kun will be okay? And to love Koi Technology?
Leaving things as they were wasn't an option anyway. Tomohito said he'll handle it. He'll be fine. He's already proven himself capable. And that goes for you too, Shirai-san. I don't think you need my help anymore. With where you are now, I think you can handle things on your own without my consulting. Congratulations on incorporating your business, by the way. Yes, Shirai-san and I recently incorporated our businesses. It's a bit lonely, but it's inevitable that she would outgrow my help someday. When I said that, Shirai-san blushed and looked up at me.
If it's okay with you, from now on, instead of as a consultant, I'd like you to stay by my side as my partner. As a gift for our incorporation. How does that sound?
Ugh. Caught off guard for a few seconds by Shirai-san's blush and upturned eyes, I quickly returned her smile. If you pursue what you truly want to do, you'll end up forming invisible bonds with others through your work. I vowed to cherish the bond that had formed between Shirai-san and me.
Hello everyone, Brittany here. So I don't know about you guys, but for some of these roles, I love to channel my inner Regina George. And when she said, oh, she's just a bit pretty, I totally had the line in my head that was like, so you think you're pretty? In my head. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the story, and I will see you next time. Mwah!